So breaking the chains is very near and dear to my heart. I am a survivor of childhood sexual abuse and childhood abandonment. I found myself on the streets at a very young age. My mother was involved in a drug addiction. Blessed by God, she's better now. And I would see the girls sitting on the side of the road, standing there, and my heart hurt for them.
Tiffany came and pulled me aside from church, said, "Hey, gotta talk to you," and just grabbed me and just said, "You know, this is my heart."
And she came to my home and she shared her story one night.
I met a man who seemed like a dream come true. He was very handsome, very flashy, and invited me to a trip to Los Angeles. Unfortunately, shortly after arriving in Los Angeles, we checked into a hotel and everything changed, and I spent the next 10 months in a nightmare.
Once I got to know more about her and her story, things just happened and things just clicked.
And as she began to pour out her heart, it was almost the mere version of what the burden that was placed on my heart.
And the more that we reached out, the more that we saw the need here locally, and we just kind of ran with it.
We historically have treated many of the girls that are out there on the streets involved in the sex trade, prostitution, as suspects, when the reality is they are victims.
Investigators now take a role and we sit down and we talk about with that individual about what life is about.
Our number one goal is to rescue girls off the street, so we have a variety of ways we do that, but our number one goal is to try to locate and find the girls that are being trafficked.
If they have contact with the girl or whatever, then they'll refer them to us and we'll meet with them, sit down with them, and let them know about our services and how we can help.
And the reason Breaking the Chains is such a powerful organization is because they have a heart for these women.
I don't think any one person, unless they've been in that situation, could truly understand what it's like to look another human being in the face when you are filled with so much shame, so much regret.
So many of them are forced into this lifestyle and cannot get out.
The numbers are staggering, and there's more and more girls every year that are trafficked.
And if they do come to the light of day saying, "This is not for me and I don't want to go back," that's when the force will come into it, the beatings.
And so if they actually come across the girl that is in desperate need or dire need right then and there, they immediately call us and then we just go into action.
Because Fresno has some key elements that make it the perfect storm, if you will, for trafficking, it's become one of the largest trafficking areas in our nation.
The offenders in human trafficking, they know who they're looking for, and they seek primarily young women is the highest target out of it.
What is more scary is that now, with the addition of the internet and social media, trafficking is virtually in every town in America.
Right now, realistically, there is no government funding for adult women in human trafficking. And that's why our heart is drawn towards the adult population, is because we want to go out and help them, because they don't necessarily have the resources that minors have or that anyone else have. And unfortunately, in these types of situations, it's in a moment that you need to help them.
Everybody might see them as prostitutes, but I have a lot of friends out there.
We have to be willing to put our arms around them and to rescue them. And that's what Breaking the Chains does.
I just feel that we need to let them know that they're worth more, that they're loved, and this is not what they were made for.
I have a lot of girls that, although I haven't seen them in 10 years, and although it was under the most seedy of circumstances, I love these women.
And when you make somebody a part of the team to do a good thing for others, it empowers you to a little bit of higher calling, and I've seen that in some of these women.
So everything that we do is because of the community support.
Clothing, anything of any kind of in kinds helps us tremendously, especially when we're trying to stay privately funded.
Your prayers, and of course financially.
If you would just commit to us for like 10, 20 bucks a month,
so that they can continue rescuing these ladies from a life of prostitution and being sexually trafficked.
Everything that we are able to do for these women is because of everyone else's heart to give and to serve. So the best thing you can do is just pick up the phone and say, "How can I help you?"